Hold on, folks. Let me just set up. Where's my camera?
My name is Alejandro Estrada. Yeah, before you hit that play button. Did you hit it?
I already did hit the play button.
Well, never mind then. What's Ness at? Hello?
Yo.
Where's Ness?
He's here.
Okay. You did not store before. That was a very convenient time.
All right, let's.
Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. I was just turning the camera off. I'm like, okay, let me get this out of here.
Oh, you don't want to share your screen, bro?
No.
Never.
Not today.
Look at that. It says here the internet could totally see us.
Can see who?
Well, me. But us.
Yeah. See,
well, yeah. They can hear us. Yeah.
They can't see me. I got a back.
Yeah.
How nice. They're partying outside my passing car.
Well, it's Friday, bro.
All right, let's hit the music.
All right.
Even though we got music outside, but hey.
Uh-oh.
Faders down. Faders down. Where's my effects panel? Effect point. Let's turn that. Turn that. There we go. Turn that on. Slide down. Welcome, ladies and ladies. Now let me turn the effects panel off. I am your host. Some call me by my real name. Other people call me Baby Boy. Other people call me other things. Some people call him Eddie. Other people call him Edward. Other people call him Ed. Some people call him Ness. And some people call him Ness. We are ENTHooligins, and we're bringing you this show on Friday. A mixture of everything. It's SportsVista. Bringing a little bit of wrestling and bringing you some football talk. Even though we're not really going to be discussing what we saw TV-wise in wrestling, we're going to be talking to some backstage happenings. And in terms of football, we're going to be talking about something that happened yesterday that has the world ablaze.
Yes.
Johnny Blaze.
Now, guys, in case you want to follow us, social media links are listed down below in the comments section. In the description. Is it the comment section since it's above it?
It would be, right? It would be the comment section, right? Or the description
box below or above the comment section, depending on what platform you're watching this on.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
We got Facebook listed down. We got Twitter listed down. We got my Twitter listed down as well.
That's right.
We got some other goodies too, so check those out, folks. You don't want to miss anything here. We bring it to you live. And if you want to listen to something on VOD as opposed to just watching, you can access us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so much more. Go to Anchor. That's like a hub for everything. You can never miss out on any of the platforms listed down on that box.
Anchor is basically our Walmart. One-stop shop for all your needs. It's all right there.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's right.
Now,
Thank you for bearing with us, folks. We are back.
Now, before we get things started, hold on. Let me mess with my FX panel here real quick.
Go ahead.
Is that what we want? No?
Hey!
No. Why are we locked? We're locked.
We're locked.
Yeah, we're locked in one. The freak? Yeah, we're
What's
locked.
going on?
My effects panel has locked me in. Locked.
Oh,
There we go. There we go.
Oh,
Sir,
hey,
sir.
hey.
There we go.
Yeah.
Mixer was acting kind of crazy right there, but before we get the show started, I just want to send a couple of shout-outs. Shout-outs to the rest of the panel. The ladies are sitting out.
Aww. I feel so bad.
You're giving them a sitting ovation.
Woo!
I see.
That's right, men only. Men only in this barber shop. Hey,
That's right,
hey,
this is a
they
man's way.
Hey, they got their show, Le Salon, you know, so
That's right.
so we
That's
got
true, that's
our
true.
show, all right?
They have a little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly, yeah?
That's right.
You see, they may have les salon, but we are the champions.
Yep. Is
By
that
the way, the chat rooms is open. So send us a chat, send us a holler if you want us to holler your way. Let us know. But continuing with the shout-outs, shout-outs to my mom, shout-outs to my dad, shout-outs to Anthony, shout-outs to Tony, 2 different people. Shout-outs to all the Chris's that I know in my life. Shout-out to a very special DJ, Mr. Smith. What's up, Mr. Smith? Positive vibes your way, man. Shout-outs to Nancy's. Shout-out to Misha. Shout-out to her crew and Misha's Music Element. So, big up to those people. Am I missing any? Oh, shout outs to Dan Romero. Shout outs to Joe. What's up, Joe? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Joe?
Anybody else?
I thought you were gonna say G Unit for a minute.
What's up, John?
G-Unit.
Oh yeah, shout
out
out
to
to
John.
John. What's up, John? How you doing, bro? Positive vibes going
Johnny
your way, man.
Blaze.
Positive vibes. And of course, you know this show wouldn't be complete if I didn't give myself a shout out and a thank you. Thank you.
Well, and you are welcome. You are welcome.
And it also wouldn't be complete if I didn't send a shout out to, well, Mr. Eddie and Mr. Ness. And they get a thank you too.
Back at you.
Back at you. So, let's start off with the NFL. The Browns and the Steelers.
Browns and the Steelers.
The final
last night
8
on
seconds.
prime time.
The final 8 seconds of that game. Prior to that,
Prior to that, yes.
Rudolph had thrown 4 interceptions.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3,
Rudolph.
4.
They were down, Steelers that is, were down 21-7. Seemingly,
It was pretty much over.
seemingly nothing to fight for, right? Nothing to fight for.
Correct. That's right.
Until take over, Ness.
Until the inexplicable happened, where Myles Garrett felt the need to endanger Mason Rudolph.
Now, many people are let me reiterate that some people, in particular one idiot.
Of course, there's always one.
I'm looking at you, Max. I'm looking at you. Earlier this morning on ESPN's First Take, because I watched both Undisputed and First Take just to get the perspective
Just to
from
get an
different
idea.
panels.
Yeah. Oh boy. What did Max Kellerman have to say about that?
Max said that we should be pointing fingers and basically looking at Mason, because he was the one who perpetrated and started all of this. When we look at what Skip Bayless said, and Skip Bayless said that it was a late hit.
It was a late hit, yes, it was.
It was seemingly, right, foul play, you could call it.
Yes.
Thus, doesn't that have the potential to boil someone's blood, raise the ire?
Yes, considering that they were already losing that game. They had a terrible game at that.
Right.
So then to add insult to injury, you want to then give them a late hit on top of that.
So then what happens is that obviously catapulted Mason to pull on his face mask, trying to get his helmet off. Now one could could I see it from the perspective of, well, maybe Garrett got pissed at that and blah blah blah? No, I can't give that a pass. You know why I can't give that a pass? Because you've been throwing the guy, you've been illegally hit him already. So obviously, what the mechanism says is I gotta go in defense mode.
Not to mention, the Browns happen to be the most penalized team in the league.
Yes.
They injured Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yes.
They had. This is a pattern with them. It just dysfunction, and lack of discipline, and Myles Garrett it culminated in this incident with Myles Garrett.
Yes.
And Rudolph was just simply defending himself.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And his teammate
Pouncey jumped in.
Defense,
now,
rightfully so.
Now people are looking at Pouncey, and they're saying, should he get suspended? I'm in a yes and no. I'm yes because of the action, but no because I understand where he's coming from.
Because here's what happened. I mean, after Rudolph did this, then his teammate Larry Joe, I think his name is, whatever.
Yes.
He decides to get in to cheap shot the guy. On top of that, like, wait, what are you doing?
You know, I mean, naturally, if you're in Pouncey's position, what are you looking to do? You know, you're obviously looking to defend. I mean, you're not just gonna sit there and watch someone try to get away with bullying and murder.
Of course, you're gonna defend your teammate. Of course, especially your quarterback.
Yes.
Like mind you,
the nucleus of the team, really.
Let's also remember, Mason Rudolph recently came back from a concussion not too long ago.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
So this could have re-triggered another. This could have caused another concussion or worse.
So let me ask you this though. Should the suspension be as severe as some people are saying this season and the next season?
Absolutely.
And what should we be looking at? Should we look at the action and reaction, or should we look at action, reaction, and what could have? Should we take all of that into accountability? Because we should
definitely take all of that into account, because I mean the NFL has been emphasizing safety because of these concussions that have plagued the league throughout the years.
Yes.
And not to mention the quarterback, the most coveted and prized position in sport. You cannot do that.
Yes. I absolutely agree with you. And you know, as minor as this could have been, because this is obviously a big problem, but let's just use that verbiage for a moment. Let's just say it was something very to the scale of being mild.
Right.
Could we ignore the what if? And the what if is, what if he had hit him with the other side of the helmet?
No, we cannot ignore the what if, because
what happens if he hits it with the other side of the helmet? We're talking about a completely different story, and there would probably be no beds playing here in the background instrumentally.
You basically you hit the guy in the head with his own helmet. You swing the helmet at him. Like, why would you do that? He just came back from a concussion not too long ago.
Right. You know, and then you have other analysts saying that basically he wasn't intending to hit him with the helmet. It was just heat of the moment. No, BS.
No, that wasn't. He definitely intended, because they were trying to hold him back. And
BS.
He swung over the top of the player to hit him with the helmet.
Yeah.
They were trying to restrain him, and he went out of his way. He made a concerted effort to swing over the top of the guys holding him back.
Yes.
Rudolph with the helmet.
Yes.
So yeah, he did exactly that. That wasn't heat of the moment. He was doing exactly that.
Yes. I absolutely agree. There's just no excusing that, you know. I think he should miss out this season and the next season. Garrett, that is. I think Pouncey should at least get maybe 2 games at the most. I don't agree with 3 games. I'm sorry.
He got 3. Yeah, here's the messed up part.
I don't agree with 3 games because his intention was in the right place to protect his man.
Now here's where we have a problem. Pouncey gets 3 games, but the other Browns player that jumped into the fray and cheap shot at Rudolph only gets 1.
So when do we look at ethnicity?
Look, Like, what is the deal here?
Let's look at ethnicity here, bruh. Because that's another avenue that people are visiting here is ethnicity. And
well, as it pertains to Garrett got what he deserved. Okay.
And I can't really agree with people who are crying that out, because the right man is getting punished. The right man is getting punished correctly.
Yes. Now, if you want to argue about the other two guys, Pouncey getting 3 games and Jobin getting 1, okay, now we can argue. Now we can argue about.
Okay, so that's when people could state the claim, ethnicity.
That's where the claim is valid. But as far as Garrett goes,
but not Garrett. Garrett is fine.
What he deserved.
Yes.
He got exactly what he deserved.
Yes.
He got suspended indefinitely without pay, and he's going to have to go through a reinstatement process probably at some point next year. I wouldn't be surprised if he's out for next year as well.
Me either. Bro, the last thing the NFL really needed was this.
This is their 100th season. They're celebrating their 100th season, and look at all the mess that they've had to deal with this year. You had the Antonio Brown fiasco. You've had Bontes Burfict, habitual offender.
Now, dude.
And now this.
Now, Ness. Here's one thing. There's also the murmurs of players I guess people are making an exception to some of this, because they're saying, heat of the battle, people get very emotional, it's a sport that invokes and provokes war tactics, so to speak, and I'm over here saying to myself, but do you think that if this was an Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady or somebody who's let's use the word disciplined, do you really think that they would have done anything at all to provoke a fight from ensuing, from happening?
Well, to go back to your other point that you made, as far as people saying, listen, it's part of the sport, it's inherently violent, it's a violent game. Football is what's controlled chaos.
There's violence, bro. There's fights in the environment of, I'm pissed at you because you came up with this play, you cheap shot at me, so we're gonna throw hands. But it's another thing to grab somebody's helmet and swing at them with the intention of absolutely hurting them.
Right, because now you're just putting them in danger.
Right.
It's a safety issue. You're just crossing the lines of the competition. You're just crossing those boundaries.
Right.
This sport is already a violent sport as it is. That kind of stuff, that's beyond that. No, that's unacceptable.
Right.
Unacceptable.
And when
we saw the same thing happen 10 years ago with Albert Hainsworth and Andre Gerrard.
I remember that too. Yeah. Same extent.
Where Hainsworth basically stomped him in the face, and he needed stitches.
Yep. But again, composure. Look, most of the percentage of players would be able to maintain that composure. I want to believe that, because if there's one thing that they teach too when it comes to any discipline in any sporting event is discipline.
Well, this was not a loss of. This wasn't a loss of composure. What we saw here was a lack of discipline. This team.
Well, look at the Browns. Just look at the Browns. You're right. Look at the Browns in their locker room and their leadership, quote unquote. There is no leadership. There is no discipline.
That's what we saw last night. Was a lack of discipline.
Right. It's
one thing to be upset and lose your composure. What you might do is throw your helmet at the bench or whatever, or you might kick the water cooler or whatever. That's fine. That's losing your composure. But to rip somebody's helmet off and use it as a weapon,
right? Or using slurs. Aaron Rodgers has been there.
They're using that as a weapon. Like that. That's just a lack of discipline. And
right.
Myles Garrett got what he deserved, and rightfully so.
Frustration is okay. It's perfectly fine. You're still gonna get scrutinized, but how many players haven't when they're losing a game? How many players haven't say stormed out the field or again, Aaron Rodgers cussing under his breath,
But whatever. But it's crazy because I think Jason Whitlock made the point earlier today on Speak for Yourself. This we only see stuff like this with this particular division for whatever reason.
Yes.
Whether it's these two teams or whether it's the Steelers and the Bengals,
and just
for whatever reason.
And just think they play again in the next 2-3 weeks.
For whatever reason, I mean, we don't see this in any other division.
Yeah, just think they play again in the next 2-3 weeks. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be hot like it was yesterday. But gee, how many people are going to want to go back to watch those two teams play after that?
Yeah, it's going to be hard. Yeah, it's going to be a hard sell.
I mean, look, the NFL and their ratings are fine. The follow that they get is fine. It's not hurt at all. But it's bad enough though that the few people who have flocked away, you add this on top of everything else, on top of their reasoning, rather that being an idiotic reason or a validated reason. The point is, you add this on top of that cake. Come on, bro.
Yeah, not good at all. This was just an embarrassment. This happened on national TV on a prime time. And again, they're celebrating their 100th season, and they're having this to deal with now. Right. They had the AB, they had the Antonio Brown fiasco, they had the Bontes Perfect thing, and now this. Yep. Along with the Tyreek Hill and all that thing too. I mean,
it's a mess. It's a mess, and there's no room for this, man. There shouldn't be.
No, but Myles Garrett, it's a shame too because I mean, he's 23 years old. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he misses all of next year as well.
Me either.
Come back till 2021.
But here's the other portion of this is not only are sports outlets going to pick this up, but
the news outlets too.
They don't need that.
No, they don't.
They definitely don't need that because then what they're going to be talking and scrutinizing is the NFL. I see the headlines already. NFL and lack of safety.
Oh God! I mean, listen. I mean, think about all the controversy over the concussions in a few years ago. Remember?
Well, again, here we go again. And
they're trying to prevent that very thing.
Right. And this could take a turn in many different ways and avenues. They could talk about the concussion protocols again. They could talk about steroids and people being off their rockers, so to speak. I could see it all already. All the headlines on CNBC and all those other news outlets, MSNBC, and all those. Yeah, I can already see it.
ABC.
Yeah. When they never cover a lick of football in their lives. But here we go. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's a matter of time. If they're not doing it already as we speak.
Oh, and another little tidbit of information to add to this story. Both organizations were fined $250K.
How much?
$250K.
$250K.
Yeah, which is okay. I mean, these guys are billionaires. They can. That's a drop in the bucket for them. Okay. They'll be fine.
Yeah, it will.
The Rooney family and the and Jim Haslick, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah. Take over for a minute, and I'm gonna get myself a water.
I for one was surprised by all of that. I mean, I'm over here watching this last night, and I just couldn't believe what I was witnessing. I'm like, wow, there was no reason. First of all, they were winning. They were winning this game. It was the last 8 seconds of the game.
And there's no reason with 8 seconds left for them to do
what that. What the hell are you so upset about? Just you're winning the game. You're going to win the game. Just enjoy the win. Walk away. Let it be. But unfortunately, this happens, and that overshadows the fact that they did win this game, 21-7.
But he shouldn't have held on to the mask. He started the whole thing. No,
what started the whole thing was the late hit.
Let me kill the bet here. Max, you are an idiot, sir. I'm telling you right now, if Stephen A could knock his block off right there and then, he would have. Let me see if I could find that clip. Hold on. Matter of fact, First take.
Oh.
I'm gonna look for this,
Max Kellerman
cause
soundbite. Okay. Must be up here somewhere. Yeah.
I'm gonna look for this. Hold up.
But fortunately, the punishment was handed out swiftly, and I think it was fair. Absolutely, it was absolutely fair. Rightfully so.
It was.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised one bit if he's out for all of next year, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he does come back next year.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Right now, if I was Troy Vincent and I was John Runyon, I'd add a couple of more games on the damn suspension to Garrett just because of the idiocy of coming out of your mouth. That's ridiculous. The man is 260. It really would a helmet.
What do you think Mason Rudolph weighs?
He has his helmet on.
I think we're moving away from the action by focusing on intention and focusing on size. If we just look at the action alone, and I point this to Max, it's nice that you're able to sit here today and say it should only be fewer suspensions, but that same exact action, what if it was a different optics or result? What if he cracked his skull open and knocked him out right on national TV live? Would you still say that
well,
same
for the
take?
same reason, no one seems to be upset at Mason Rudolph. You're right. It's human nature for me to say, oh,
This
look
guy's
at the
an idiot.
consequence.
It wasn't that big a deal, right?
And so the consequence is so large that now I change my position, which is what's happening to everyone about Mason Rudolph. If you took away Myles Garrett's reaction, then you'd say, whoa, Mason Rudolph was trying to take his helmet off. Mason Rudolph charged at him. No one wants to talk about that because Myles Garrett's reaction, people fear, was disproportional.
Did he just say that Mason charged at him?
That's exactly what he said. He said Mason Rudolph charged.
Let's go.
17. I will refer back to it again. There's already that in the rules in the event that something like that happens. 15 yards and a disqualification. It's already in the rules.
Hold on, Ross. I got a question. What about the notion, I'll take away size. The fact that Myles Garrett is obviously bigger, stronger, etc. I'll take that away. What about the reality, Max Kellerman, that Myles Garrett had on his helmet and Mason Rudolph didn't? And you swung and hit the guy in the head that didn't have the helmet on. It's not like Mason Rudolph still had his helmet on.
And you had a helmet in your hand.
You had a helmet in your hand, plus you had your helmet on.
Okay.
And in your earlier
what was
argument,
the fear?
Max, in your earlier argument, Max, you also compared it to
That's a good
hockey
point. That is
players
a good point.
swinging a hockey stick or baseball players throwing a 100-mile fastball and hitting a guy, but those are game actions. This guy literally was on the field, not a game action, took a helmet and swung it at an unprotected.
Operative word, not a game action. Keep going.
No.
I would say
How does
throwing a
that compare?
baseball in the game action has a worse consequence most often than some behavior like that.
It's a game action.
Okay, I could think about non-game actions in other sports probably where a guy's not going to get suspended for the rest of his career or for a year. But I want to get back to you with the one guy has a helmet on, one guy doesn't.
Sure.
The reason that Myles Garrett had a helmet on and Mason Rudolph didn't is because in the action that Mason Rudolph initiated, Myles Garrett was more succcul. At that point, one guy has a helmet on, one guy doesn't, because the guy who started it wasn't as good at taking the helmet.
Wait, hold on. Did this guy just say that the only reason that he didn't have his helmet on was because Myles Garrett was more successful at taking off his helmet?
Yes, Max did say that.
This is the same guy who's a boxing analyst?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Rudolph is the guy who finished it. But at that point, it could still be finished. Mason Rudolph does not have to, whatever you think his intention was, well, what was he going to do? That's not for you to decide. At that point, that's for Myles Garrett to decide. If I see a dude coming at me and I'm being restrained, I'm not worried about what everyone else is going to think. All I know, and I'm mad too.
Okay, well,
he doesn't have his helmet on. That's his fault.
Just for clarification,
Yeah.
basically what you're saying is the only reason why Myles Garrett should be suspended is because he violated the rule, the letter of the law. Other than that, you have no problem with his actions. Is that what you're saying?
Incorrect. I would say also this. You don't swing a helmet at a guy's head. I mean, that we can all agree upon. I start by saying what I said because the reaction to Myles Garrett has been nearly as disproportional as his reaction to Mason Rudolph, or maybe more.
Well, that's only as it pertains to assault. Like people that saying that he should be arrested for assault. I agree with you there.
Kicked out of the league.
No, kicked out of the league. But in terms of a lengthy suspension on the part of the NFL, there is no question he deserves that.
You know what, though? Here, look. If, and I know we're going to say, but it didn't. But if that helmet was cocked a little bit further,
Thank
in
you.
the hard part,
Thank you.
and Max, it's not unreasonable to think that he could have split his head open, knocked the boy out, and he'd laying there, and paramedics are coming on the field. Then would you say Myles should be suspended more than 4 games?
Yeah, I probably would. I have to be honest about that. No, but.
But listen, hold on. Would you then say, well, after we hopefully Mason Rudolph is okay, you're suspended too because you started?
Yes. As a matter of fact.
All right, fine. Do you think that now that he didn't get hurt egregiously and life-threateningly, that the punishment should be less for Myles Garrett?
You take the cutoff into accountability as well. I'm sorry, but you do.
You do take that into account because the potential danger was there. The potential danger, the potential risk was there. It was there. The possibility existed. If he had just taken his helmet off and just threw it on the ground, everything would have been fine.
Yes.
This feels right.
It's in the
Because he
rules.
swung it at him. The potential risk, the potential danger was there. It doesn't matter that he didn't knock him out or split his head open. The point is he could have. That's the point.
Let's look at the last minute of this.
It's already in the rules. You're saying, Max.
So the whole part about head trauma and player safety doesn't mean anything.
No, you're asking a legitimate question. What you're saying is, Max, what if there was all this extra stuff that happened as a result that the rules don't anticipate? Because already they've anticipated this and they have a penalty, 15 yards and disqualification. Right. You're saying, but what if the result was so out of proportion to what they imagined? Wouldn't you want additional punishment? The answer is probably yes. The consequence would make me angrier about the whole thing. But in fact, Mason Rudolph got hit harder inadvertently by his teammate's knee when he was on the ground than he did by that helmet by Myles Garrett.
No,
if you watch the replay.
Max, no.
What on? Oh,
No, he didn't.
Let's go to break.
You know what? I'm going to act like you ain't just seen it.
That's where you gotta go.
I don't.
I'm going to act like he didn't just say. First, no, he got hit harder by his own teammate while he was on the ground with his knee. First of all, that was.
Oh my God.
First of all, when that happened, he had his helmet on. In the middle of a game, in the middle of a play. He had his helmet on. It wasn't like he was unprotected. He had his helmet on. In this particular incident, his helmet was taken off of him and used against him as a weapon.
And it was like a slogan.
And I repeat again, he made a concerted effort to do this, so he swung over the top of the guys restraining him to hit Rudolph with his helmet.
Yes. But you heard him, bro. You.
Now you should be working for Fox News. Because the stuff that comes out of his mouth sometimes is just as asinine as the stuff that comes out of the mouths of Fox News analysts.
I tell you, man. I tell you, if Stephen A. Smith could have put on a pair of gloves right there and then and take off his shirt, he would have, and he would have. Oh man. He was so appalled by it. You heard his reaction. He was like, you know what?
You know what? Listen, if I'm Myles Garrett, right? If I'm Myles Garrett and I got somebody trying to take my helmet off, I'd be like, I'd take his off, and then I'd be like, hold on a second, let me take mine off. Okay, let's throw
hands. That's it. That's it. Throw hands.
Not swing the freaking helmet at him and almost.
Yeah. There was no need for that.
Like, come on, Mason Rudolph is probably like 220 pounds.
Yes.
This dude is almost 300 pounds.
Yes.
Come on, you're going to really use a helmet?
LB is he's a lot bigger than Mason. You know, I've really.
Oh my.
I've seen fights. I've seen crazy stuff happening on the field, whatever, and in any sport, you name it, we've seen it. But this, I don't know, man.
This would be like they mentioned hockey. This would be like somebody snatching somebody's helmet off in hockey and just bashing them over the head with a stick.
Yeah. You ever seen that happen?
No, absolutely not.
No.
What usually happens when hockey players are gonna fight? What usually happens first? What's the first thing that happens?
Oh, the penalty box.
What's the first thing that happens? No. Before they start to fight, what's the first thing that they do?
Throw the gear down.
They throw the gear down. Exactly.
They throw the gear down.
The freaking gear down, and then they throw hands.
Yeah.
They don't use the gear to hit each other.
No. They throw the gear down, and they get a 5 minute, and that's it. Back in the game. Okay.
Thank you. And why is that?
Bro.
Because hockey is a violent sport, just like football.
Bro,
It's a violent sport.
And I dare say
there's certain lines that you just don't cross. There's some unwritten rules you just don't break.
And I dare say, to some degree, hockey is even a more violent sport.
Yes.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, now, Yahoo Love Football may not like that comment. Oh, hockey, what is the truth?
It is.
Okay, the element of danger is more present in that sport even than football. As much of a contact sport as football is.
But it's just.
But still, it doesn't minimize. But still, it doesn't nullify the fact that you are already in a contact sport as is.
Right, exactly. You just don't. It's already a violent sport as it is. There are already dangers. There's no need for you to add dangers to it already. It's just this is everybody's livelihoods here.
Yeah.
So low.
Yeah.
By
Exactly.
doing this, you're potentially taking food out of his kid's mouth.
Yeah.
By doing this.
Exactly.
I was like,
Disgusting, bro. I mean, like, the Browns couldn't disgust me any more than what they already did.
Yeah, they already have a discipline. This was a lack of discipline. This wasn't a lack of a loss of composure. It was a lack of discipline. This team is undisciplined. It's dysfunctional. And this is what we saw.
I take back every single time that I've lashed out against my team. I'm just saying. Hey, listen. At least with my team, the only screw ups are on the field shenanigans.
Thank you very much. Just on the
within the context of the football game, not outside of the lines, not stepping out of the boundaries, not looking to harm other people.
I think we would rather be talking about our team.
Of course.
Instead of this.
Of course.
This is just an absolute disgrace. It's an embarrassment. It's a shame. It's a shame.
It's
It's a shame
disgusting.
that this even had to happen.
Disgusting. I no. Just there's no room for that. And again, the last thing the NFL needed on their plate is this, as though they don't have enough scrutiny already to deal with.
Right. And for our wrestling fans in the audience, this is basically the equivalent of the Owen Hart situation.
Yes. Unbelievable. I don't. It could have ended that way. It could have ended that way.
This situation didn't end it the way that one did. But
the could have is there. It could have ended that way.
The potential was there. The potential danger, the potential risk was there.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Mason Rudolph was fine, but that could have ended very, very badly.
Absolutely.
And there's no excuse for it whatsoever. I don't care. I don't want to hear that it's a violent sport because that's no excuse for that at all.
No.
None.
You know, and contrary to belief, yes, I do believe, and I might be naive here, but I do believe that there are plenty of players who would have been able to maintain their composure under particular circumstances. And I could name you a few. I could name you Tom Brady. I could name you Aaron Rodgers. I could name you Russell Wilson. Right?
Absolutely. Listen, if you are at the professional level, then you damn well can maintain your composure.
Yes.
You've already gone through the growing pains and all.
Yes.
You already at this point you already know you can do it.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I could name you, you know, obviously people like
But for whatever reason, it's this division, the NFC North, Browns, Bengals, and Steelers. They have been, whatever reason.
Dude, do you realize how ugly those games are though, between the Steelers and the Bengals and the Steelers and the Browns?
Yes.
No.
Ugly games, ugly, and by ugly I don't mean boom. I mean ugly penalties, people getting hurt, people getting carted off. Did you see prior to this fight I don't know if I was watching football, General Hospital. I don't know what the hell I was watching.
Yeah.
They gotta go
Crazy.
Makes no sense, man.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. And honestly, hey, I mean, yeah, it gives us creators something to talk about. Okay, fine, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, this is I was like, hey, we got to get on YouTube and talk about this. Yeah, of course, but do I find pleasure in this and pleasure in knowing that this is going on in a sport that I've watched since I was a child, in a sport that I love, in a sport that I find there's no pleasure in this at all.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. This is also a sport that I too love. I've been watching this since I was a kid. I've been 25 years now. I mean, come on. This is unacceptable.
Just no.
Unacceptable.
No.
Not at all.
It can't.
Now, I will say, I don't agree with the people saying that he should be banned for life.
No.
That is an overreaction.
Yeah. Yeah, come on now. This season and next season, yes.
This season and next season, I'm good with that.
Go. Yeah.
Because I do believe he deserves a chance to redeem himself. At some point.
Yeah. So go the 22 games.
There you go.
Do the 22 games.
Yeah.
And then give him a chance for redemption, because we all deserve that one other opportunity. Come on now.
I mean, hell, they've kept guys around who have done much worse.
Yes. Yes.
Tyreek Hill
took it from me. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And there have been people who've been in very, very ugly situations. One of your own comes to mind. One of your own. Yeah, Eagles. Earth.
Oh, Mike Vick, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
He comes to mind. Lewis comes to mind. The Ravens.
Ray Lewis, yeah. Yeah. Middle of a murder trial.
Very, very ugly situations in which, thankfully, thank God.
Dante Stallworth is another one. I mean, here's a guy who killed somebody in drunk driving and stuff.
Yep.
And I'm curious how.
And yet, look at the opportunities that they got, and look how in the clear they were for it. So, this guy, to say that they should ban him for
life.
No.
Now, Vontaze Burfict. Okay, Vontaze Burfict. They need to ban him for life.
Well, yeah, I do agree with that. Get out of here. Get out of here.
He's a repeat offender. He's a dirty player.
No.
He's
That's a completely different. That's a completely different story, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That guy literally puts everybody in danger, and when I mean everybody in danger.
Yeah. He's a danger to everybody.
No.
That's not good because again, this is these guys' livelihood. This is how they feed their families. No, you can't be doing that.
No.
You cannot be taking food out of people's mouths. Not right at all.
Yeah. I definitely.
That's a problem.
I definitely agree.
I love taking inspiration.
Not again. The NFL didn't need this. The NFL has already a lot going against this. There were fans who were already on the fence in regards to if whether or not I should continue on watching the NFL.
Yes, there were people who boycotted for one reason or the other.
I think it's just
now this happens.
So now you've made the decision for them, basically.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, and by the way, the Browns won this game 21-7, but nobody really cares about that today.
And
that's the worst part to all of this.
animated sequence in terms of
Unreal.
The game.
Well, that's one of the things that baffles me the most is you're gonna act a fool and you're winning the game and I mean really?
Why?
There was no need for that with 8 seconds left in the game.
Exactly. But that's the other thing that makes this ridiculous. It's the timing and the circumstances. Why?
8 seconds left in the game. Really, man? Really? That's what you're gonna do with it. Get out of here, bruh. Get out of here.
But for whatever reason, this division, as Jason Whitlock pointed out earlier today on Speak for Yourself,
every dollar to go into that.
whatever reason, this division, they get into it like this.
Yep.
Last minute decisions.
I don't know, bro. Some things are inexplicable, I guess.
Unfortunately, yes, they are. It's just, but thankfully, the NFL acted swiftly and rightfully so. They suspended him indefinitely. And let's see what happens come next year.
Yep.
Amazing stop pushing.
Oh boy. Any other big news making the rounds in the NFL?
And it's like he's
Well, Kaepernick is apparently going to have a private workout.
Oh yeah, tomorrow he's having
officials.
yes.
There's like going to be 11 to 13 teams being represented.
Yep.
Representatives that are going to show up to this
Yep.
workout to see what he has. Well, I'm not really holding my breath on this one, but it's I guess it's a nice peace offering, I guess.
Remember on green screen we had a rap built. We were like, okay,
Will this lead to him being picked up by somebody? We'll see.
Bro, take over. Hold on. I'll be right back.
We'll see what happens. He's been out for 3 years now, so you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and so
But that's tomorrow over in Atlanta. So perhaps this was one of the terms of the settlement that they had.
like up to the deadline that we
We'll see how it all turns out. Man.
The universe, man, just like put all that together for you. Yeah, like put all those pieces in play.
We'll see how it all turns out, man. Just wow.
The idea of being
On another note, my Eagles just picked up and they brought back the J Train. That's right, Jay Ajayi is back. Jordan Matthews is back.
So there's mountains of data that come from different projects. You've been surprised about it.
We'll see how they fit into the fold. If they can contribute.
It was very deep. And that's like a lot.
You know, Jay Ajayi has had injury problems, as we've noted before. So hopefully he can stay healthy.
It's too split up completely, and they never come back. So they have.
Des Bryant apparently says he's going to be ready to work out for somebody. He wants to make a comeback.
It was like
40, I don't know
51%.
if he has anything left in the tank.
And a lot of the choices.
But we shall see.
That same way. A lot of people fell into booby traps that we set up for them.
We shall see what happens.
They'll never be fooled by it. They'll never be. Like, everybody fell for it. And it was really amazing to see because everyone got some. Like, the result of this now would be 10 million, which is a shape of my channel. Like, I love that. And so many people really.
This is just exhausting having to talk about this stuff. Oh my goodness gracious. It really, really is. It's man.
Football.
Yeah, man. The controversy, man. The controversy. It's just exhausting to talk about it.
It's like high school drama.
But worse. But worse.
I don't know about worse because people did get injured in high school and stuff like that.
No, not to that extent, bro.
Not to that extent.
Yeah, high school fights, yeah, it is what it is. And people push each other around a bit, smack each other around, and then.
I mean, in certain high school events, there was like worse than that.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother. Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother story entirely. Yeah. That's a whole nother story entirely. Yeah.
This is like hockey times 10. Because this is the type of situation you see in hockey.
Yes and no.
Man, they used to get in fights all the time in hockey, man.
Yeah,
but they throw hands, bro.
But they don't use fear on each other. They throw down the glove,
they don't throw hockey pucks or
Do you know how dangerous it would be if they like fought with gear? They have blades on their.
I know,
that's my
but that's the point. This guy was swinging a helmet at the other dude, and
I
had
guess
he hit him,
well,
had
right?
he
'Cause they
hit,
have-
had he hit him with the non-padded side of the helmet, we're
Could've
talking
split
a
his head
whole
open.
different story.
Yeah, that could have been
So
dangerous.
why did he hit him with the helmet when his helmet was off?
Because he lost his freaking mind. He lost his mind.
That's it's like, I mean, if his face is shown, punch him. You know, don't
Thank
use
you.
a weapon.
Thank you very much.
Because you could have killed the boy, man.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's
Exactly.
the point. That is the point we're getting at. Either
And they were
way,
trying-
you have to take.
in the eye with him.
Either way, you have to take into context the what if, Mr. Max.
Because the moment that he swung that helmet, that risk was there.
Yep.
Yeah, thankfully it didn't happen, but it could have happened.
Right.
Exactly. It could
Right.
have happened. And he swung over the top of the guys that were restraining him. So he made an effort to hit this guy.
Right.
It wasn't, he could have just let it go. No. He had to swing at him.
Unbelievable. So, now this is what I really didn't want to talk about, but I have to.
Go ahead.
Oh boy. Let me gather my bearings here.
Go ahead. Take your time.
You
Take your time.
in-ring people.
Go ahead.
I am about to address the YWC. Y'all know what the YWC is by now.
It's fun to stay at the
WC. Yeah. Let me tell you something right now.
Go ahead.
Sometimes when it comes to the community and certain wrestling YouTubers, they really make me sick.
What happened?
To stand here, and I'm going to address the big elephant in the room, to stand here, and for certain people to say that CM Punk deserves to be put in a Mount Rushmore with the Hogans of the world, with the Rocks of the world, with the Steve Austins of the world.
Why?
Simply because he cut a promo, giving us the dose of reality in what was going on and still goes on in WWE. Okay, so he did that. Okay, so he was a great mic guy. Okay, so he was a good character in the ring. But was he a good in-ring guy? No.
You know who did it before him? People like The Rock.
CM Punk.
Well, he did a shoot promo.
CM Punk has subpar to good in-ring ability. Subpar to good. He's not great. He's not excellent. He's not incredible. And he can't win a real fight. I'm just putting it out there.
People believe. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he lost
Seth
twice.
Rollins challenged him to a fight. He was like, "Let's go." So your two favorite people, Amo? Your two favorite people?
Oh yeah.
Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. You excited? And supposedly Fox responded to that. I don't know what they said, but they responded to it.
I'm gonna burn it down, man. Yeah, get out of here.
He's gonna burn it down and he's gonna make you go to sleep. Who will win?
Go ahead, Ness. You were in the midst of saying something.
So people believe that he is in the Mount Rushmore with the Hogans and Austins and Rocks of the world. Just because of one promo? One promo?
Because of one
promo. You know what's
that?
That's it.
Even Brock Lesnar's more qualified than CM Punk for that.
One promo?
Yes, given the fact that he's a division wrestler.
Yeah. He does have a...
I'm not saying that he should.
He does have an actual...
No, but he actually does have that credibility behind him, though. You make a great point, Eddie.
Because he did a lot in 2 years.
You make a great point, though. I cannot go against that. You know, for once, I do have to go with an argument for Brock.
Yes.
And the fact that he won a real fight.
I mean, okay.
Several of them, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
because he had the resume to do it. He had the ability to do it.
Sure, even Batista won a real fight.
CM Punk, Batista really he fought at nobody. I mean, come on.
But he still fought.
He
fought at nobody.
Yeah, but that's what CM Punk should have done. Fight at
The thing
nobody.
is, he managed to win. That's what I'm saying.
He fought a guy that was in the same level as him, but he was supposed to win that fight.
Well, CM Punk should have fought this. CM Punk should have done the same thing.
But no, he wanted to go right to the big leagues.
Yep.
With no mixed martial arts background at all.
So he got
as raw gets.
So he got schooled by Gull, and then he got schooled by what is it? Mike Jackson.
Mike Jackson. Yeah.
He got schooled.
Jackson toyed with him for God's sake. School. He toyed with him.
Yeah.
He could have finished him at any moment, but he's like, I'm gonna teach you a lesson.
Yeah. But the people are deeming this guy to be the greatest thing. But then you have the other side, right? And this is the side that I do agree with. Look. Is it fair to call CM Punk a sellout? Guess what? Absolutely, positively, yes. And you know why?
Why?
When CM Punk went away and basically shut the door, he appeared on Colt Cabana's podcast. And one of his claims, while he was shooting and giving us the lowdown on what happened with him backstage, and when he talked about Dr. Iman and all of this, he said, none of what I was fighting for, none of my claims, you'll never, in this interview, you'll never hear me bring up the story of me making this about money, because it's never been about the money with me. Okay. Point one. Let's take and because we're not gonna make and cast judgment on anyone, let's take him by his word. An hour and a half into the podcast, he starts talking about the financial aspect of things.
But I thought he said it wasn't about the money.
Yeah, right. It's not about the money. It's about so much more.
But then, here we go. But let's look at it this way. Oh, that was just that podcast. He was emotional, and I guess he wanted to cover everything. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's let it slide.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. Okay.
We fast forward to this year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go.
This guy. Mm-hmm. If my sources are correct, is asking for a $25 million bag.
For Raw or for Fox?
For WWE to employ him, or any wrestling company for that matter.
$25 million. Huh?
$25 million bag.
AEW would have won him, but the reason why Vince would probably want him is because people keep chanting his name.
Well, here's what I'll say.
No one chants his name in AEW.
Here's what I say to that. I mean, hey, listen, if we're gonna give Lesnar a Legends contract to basically appear whenever he wants, let's give CM Punk that money too.
Yeah, but CM Punk didn't do nothing to deserve it. How many years has been in?
Again, and we've said Brock hasn't done anything to deserve it either, but compared to CM Punk, he has.
You know what's sad? In the 2 years that he was before they offered him a Legends contract, he did so much more compared to CM Punk.
Well, yeah, because I mean, when did CM Punk really become relevant?
When he did that shoe promo
for a year for
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was relevant out the gate.
Exactly.
Yeah, for 2 years straight.
CM Punk didn't become relevant until 8 years later.
Right. And
honestly,
the only people who really knew of CM Punk and his accolades were people like myself. Everybody else was, hey, who the hell is this guy? I'm over here.
We don't really need CM Punk because we already got Matt Riddle who does the go to sleep. So
CM Punk basically started out in ECW at the time, which was great. Which was the C brand at the time.
I mean, it was good. Like we hope to see him versus Chris Benoit at the time.
Oh yeah, that was
absolutely.
That would have been
fantastic.
That's when he started to become relevant. When
although him and Morrison was pretty good though, I say.
Yeah, it was, but
you can imagine like how much better.
I'm not catapulting myself into that conversation.
But how much better that match would have been?
Yeah, because then that's gonna lead into
yeah.
But CM Punk, for him to be so self-entitled and for him to be such a hypocrite.
I'm surprised he still got that ego, yo. I'm surprised he still got it.
He's such a hypocrite though at the same time, because he's saying about the money, but then he's asking for that tremendous size of a bag, you know?
Oh yeah, you won $25 million to do what?
Well, you can make the argument that he's asking for that because he's going to a company that he doesn't really want to go back to.
Then don't go back to it at all.
Thank you very much. I was just about to say, then don't go there.
Hey, listen, if they pay that much, why not?
Not to mention, look, you have some fans who are loving the fact that CM Punk is coming back, but then you have other fans going, "Oh, screw you! You're doing it for the money and not because you love this or want to give us something to legitimately remember you by."
But those fans should have been picked up on that since he didn't want to come back, and he was talking about not coming back.
I picked up on it from that podcast with Cabana when he basically contradicted himself. I said, "Yeah, this guy is about the money. Come on, please."
Yeah.
He should have been figured that out since the beginning.
You know, this guy, you know, and then you know his little self-righteous act over in the UFC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the voice of the voiceless. Remember?
Well, yeah, there's that, and then there's
that phony baloney speech he gave after his post-fight interview against Mickey Gall, and he got the crap beat out of him by Mickey Gall.
Yeah, he wants to
sit down.
He wants to go and say that it's the greatest day of his life because blah blah blah.
Shut up.
Shut the hell
nobody's
up,
buying it, man. Just get off your high horse. Nobody's buying it. I saw right through that. I was like, man, shut up.
Please.
Maybe it could have been his own weird twisted way.
No, absolutely not. He got the hell beat out of him. Nobody in their right mind is going to say, "Oh man, this is the greatest day of my life. I got my ass kicked." Great.
It could probably be the greatest day because he tried something and failed.
No, that wasn't even. That was a disingenuous try. It was disingenuous.
Yes, it was disingenuous, bro. It was all to stick it to Vince McMahon. Just as right now, he's returning now to under Fox. First of all, under Fox, not even WWE, but under Fox. But again, doing it all. Not because he loves this, not because he wants this, not because he needs this.
So wait, who's gonna pay him? That Vince or Fox?
No, he's under Fox's thumb. He's not under Vince's thumb.
So
isn't he supposed to be like is he supposed to be an analyst, right?
Yes. He's not under McMahon's thumb.
Okay.
So you have
be working with Vince, right?
So you have a bunch of morons over here in the YouTube wrestling community and on Twitter and on Instagram and on social media. You have these morons over here going, "Oh, CM Punk is back in WWE, bruh. CM Punk is back in wrestling, man." No, he's not.
Hey, here's another. And to go back to the point you made earlier, Mo, as we're talking about CM Punk's disingenuous effort to go to MMA. Yeah, if he really was genuine about it, he would have done what Batista did and start out in a smaller company with lesser competition.
Yes.
And work his way up. But no. He wanted to,
he wanted to swim with the big boys. And
he wanted to go right to the big leagues. Yep. And he thought he was going to go over there and dominate.
Yep.
And instead, he got dominated.
Nah, dude. Nah, you just... He just, you know, and a lot of legitimate. Now I'm gonna go to the legitimate podcasters that I watch are saying, "Yo, this guy comes across as an a-hole."
He does. He absolutely does. There's no denying that at all. I mean, he does.
You know, to the point where they don't even want to cover him, but they have to because.
Listen. CM Punk was so arrogant when he went into UFC that he thought he was still in WWE.
Yeah.
Like that's how arrogant he was.
I think he still is in a way.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he's less egotistical now, but he's still egotistical, you know.
Oh no, bro! Ain't no less egotistical when you're asking for that much of money, bro. No, you're just
25 million.
You haven't
learned.
You haven't learned.
Let's say
you haven't learned.
Imagine if he won in UFC, he would have been asking for more than that.
Look, he was already getting paid more in the UFC than many other people in the back, alongside getting paid more than the champions.
He was getting paid more money than fighters who are more deserving of that money than CM Punk.
I don't get why.
And getting paid more than the champions at the time.
Which was asinine, absolutely absurd.
You know.
But the thing is, you can say the same thing about Raw and SmackDown, because they pay people like Mayweather way more than they pay guys.
Yeah, but bro, those are one-offs though. It makes sense. These celebrities.
CM Punk was legitimately a part of that roster.
Right.
This wasn't a gimmick fight.
You know, a one-off. Yeah, it makes sense. Let's negotiate. Okay, I'll make a one-time, two-time appearance if you give me this much. Let's negotiate. Okay, fine.
But let's be honest with CM Punk. He wasn't gonna be there for long anyway.
The Rock at this point has a right to ask for money if he wants to. You know, but CM Punk doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Again, how long?
But he's not asking this to Vince. He's asking this to Fox, right?
Yeah, well, Fox is working with him again. Yeah, it's not Vince, but he said if WWE wants to employ him, they got to pay him that much money.
Boy, compare the ego between Vince and CM Punk. Which is bigger?
Lord,
let's see. I'd say, listen, Vince has the bigger ego because he has not only the big ego, but he also has the bigger pocket. So that automatically makes Vince the winner there.
Yeah, basically, nobody could go against Vince.
I don't give a damn how big CM Punk's ego is. He's not going to win that battle with Vince.
No,
I don't give. Not going to happen.
Vince wouldn't even pay him at all. He don't even want him back at all. I don't think he wants him back.
No,
but what if Fox says either you?
Well, here's the thing. Let's get into this. Hear me out. So let's assume that CM Punk does get hired. Let's assume that McMahon decides to, okay, I'll pay you. I won't pay you the 25, but I will pay you something comfortably that even you can't refuse. Okay. So the name's already been written down. The contract is signed. Blah blah blah. But what CM Punk is what Phillip Brook is obviously going to ask for here is 100%. I'm not even saying partially. I'm not saying 75. I'm saying 100%.
Right.
Full creative control of when he wrestles, where he decides to show up, and what storylines he wants to inject himself in, and creative freedom 100% again with his character. Now, the problem here is that WWE...
That would be asking for way too much.
Hold on. Let's say Vince does give into this, because Vince right now is in a position where he would do anything for anyone just to keep them from signing to New Japan, AEW, and others.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say Vince does give into this. What you're going to have in your hands is a whole bunch of pissed off wrestlers in the back who are gonna say, well, who is this guy who left, who bounced, who wasn't part of us for years and years on end, and all of a sudden he's just getting spoon-fed all these things? What about us, who have been wrestling day in and day out, have been put in situations that don't make any sense? I'm over here watching my wife kiss up on another man, Lana and Rusev. I'm over here being put in insignificant matches and feuds that make no sense from beginning to end. But yet this guy gets 100% creativity over everything that he does. Well, guess what, damn it? We want that too. And then you're going to have a whole entire army asking for it. You already have wrestlers in the back who are already pretty upset at this development, because they can feel the fact that CM Punk could be catapulted to work for WWE at some point, be it that this Fox association is an affiliate to WWE as is.
Yes.
So people are upset with Brock Lesnar and Cain Velasquez and Tyson Fury, whatever.
Well, Tyson Fury. Well, first of all, I don't know why people are upset with Cain Velasquez and Tyson Fury.
Because they're getting paid, crap ton.
Yeah, but they're not getting all the freedoms that CM Punk would get.
But they don't have autonomy. They're not getting.
Right.
They don't have. There's not everything's not.
And I think Tyson Fury is going to team up with Braun Strowman again in the future. So
that is the word going around. Yes.
So I don't know what sense that makes.
After they've been feud, right?
Yeah.
I don't get it either.
The fact that this guy won by a count out only,
Right.
Speaking of Tyson Fury, I heard speculations of Tyson Fury wanting to face Francis Ngannou.
Yes.
And Ngannou says, "Hey, let's go. We'll do a home and home.
Yeah,
you fight in my home and I fight in yours."
That makes sense. I like it.
I like it.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either.
Make it happen.
They're both serious about it. It wouldn't be a spectacle like the other thing that happened 2 years ago.
Make it happen. Let's go.
Yeah. I'd like to see that. Two heavyweights going at it, slinging it out. Let's go.
Two great fighters.
Braun Strowman versus Fury?
No,
man. We're talking about a real fight.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Yeah. But going back to CM Punk again, if he gets 100% creative freedom of everything, then you're gonna have a whole bunch of other wrestlers going, well, we want that too. And our claim to that is we've been here.
They should have been because
didn't
The Rock get creative
that would be a valid claim.
Well, The Rock got creative freedom, bro, in a time.
Paul Heyman, right?
In a time.
Has creative
Hold on. Back up.
Wait a minute.
You're talking about The Rock getting creative freedom, and The Rock comes from a time of wrestler and generation where most people were granted that as is.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and not to mention, listen, The Rock earned that right. CM Punk has not. Okay.
Right.
No, I'm not talking about CM Punk. I'm talking about everyone else in the backroom. They should give creative freedom as well.
Of course they should.
They should.
I think Booker T was talking about this in a podcast. He said, if you could go out there and give these kids the tools and then let them figure out how to use it, that would be fantastic.
This is why I believe in the whole idea of here's your template, not your script. Here's your template. Here's your bullet points. This is what you're going to talk about. Go out there and do it. MJF. Prime example.
He was talking about Chris Jericho and how he reinvented himself throughout the years, with the list,
all of that,
and the bubbly and all that.
All of that, right? Chris Jericho is a great example of someone who
Daniel
just
Bryan
keeps on reinventing himself. You can't hold Daniel Bryan to the same pedestal as Jericho.
No, I'm talking about how he made the yes thing.
Well, yeah, if you're someone that could take crap and run with it and make it relevant to a point where it becomes cool, then yeah, you deserve the respect. So yeah, in that regard, Daniel Bryan does deserve respect. Yes, you're absolutely right. But not only did he get over for that, he also got over because of his ring credibility, which again is something that CM Punk, I'm sorry, but from an in-ring perspective, CM Punk cannot hold a candle, not even to Daniel Bryan.
I mean, they did have a great match, though.
No, they did, but again, I mean, Daniel Bryan could have a great match with almost anybody.
And the whole thing was the whole big thing with CM Punk was that whole Iron Man match that he had with Samoa Joe.
Right.
That's what people kept mentioning a lot.
Ring of Honor, yeah, they had a 60
Ring of Honor match, yeah.
So
60-minute.
Right. But again,
I was more impressed with Samoa Joe in my opinion because I was like, yo, a big guy like that moving that fast and he can move around like that. It's kind of like Keith Lee and Ruckus.
Enough said, bro. Keith Lee and Ruckus,
yo. I want to see them two fight or tag team. But Ruckus is a little too old now, right?
Yeah, Ruckus is 43, I believe.
Dang, man. I wish they would have met like him in his prime against Keith Lee or a tag team. Oh, man.
But Ruckus was never going to sign to WWF at the time.
Yeah.
He was...
I mean, he would have been watered down anyway. Well, maybe at the time.
No, not at the time, bro. Not at that time.
I thought Taz was watered down, but I didn't think they was gonna push him. And then he had the injury.
Well, he had that neck problem. So
I was like, oh man.
But
see what the problem with Taz was? See, his neck wasn't as smooth as a giraffe's neck.
Yeah, that's right, bro. Right on. Right. Hold on, let's.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, bro. You know,
the rhythm is going to get you. That's right. Woo!
You said what?
You know, this whole CM Punk thing is people are just driving it way out of proportion here because, again, he's not employed via WWE, ladies and gentlemen. He is with Fox under their thumb. All right,
because he's a analyst. Yes, he's on the that recap show that they're gonna have. That they have on Tuesdays.
Yes.
So technically, he's not even a wrestler anymore. He's an analyst.
Right.
Yeah, but they want him to fight back.
But the
the
reason why he's also on this Fox show is because Fox ain't gonna necessarily tell him what to say. You know, this particular show that they're doing on Fox is a show where they're also taking liberties to talk about backstage, and they're also taking liberties to even criticize some of the storylines that have been occurring. Paige is a great example of that in her saying that basically Seth Rollins is lame.
That seems to be the general consensus about
CM Punk would be gladly able to do that.
That's what I mean. So this absolutely fits him, you know, but again, you really think WWE, you really think though, realistically speaking, as much as Vince would like to keep everyone away from NJPW and AEW and such, do you realistically think that Vince is going to give in to CM Punk wanting 100% of everything?
No.
I don't think so.
It's not happening.
Listen, Vince could be like this. Listen, we don't want you, and good luck with AEW, because he ain't gonna.
But AEW ain't gonna take him either.
That's what I said. Good luck.
Because the fact is, they don't need him.
AEW doesn't even want Bischoff.
Right.
After what Bischoff did.
No, they're good.
Like, come on, man.
Bischoff lost a job opportunity, and CM Punk, you know, whatever.
So,
whatever, you know.
I was hoping that CM Punk would become the UFC welterweight champion. You know what I mean? He could have been.
CM Punk would have won, he would have been. His ego would have been.
I am about to end his career. I am about to beat him up, and I'm gonna stretch out his shoulder. And
speaking of great fighters, man, I seen Demetrius Johnson interviewed on ESPN Around the Horn. The other day, and they asked him about his new I believe he's the one championship.
Yes,
he's the one champion.
Yes, he is.
And he brought his belt on, and they asked him, hey, you know, about the atmosphere between the differences between UFC 1, and he pointed out that the very thing that we've pointed out about the martial art, about one championship as far as martial arts, they are more concerned with the art form and the different, and the atmosphere is just very
and not so much putting on a show.
Exactly, and he brought that up, and he talked about how better, how more relaxed he is now, and how he's happier now.
Right. You know, fighting in places like Malaysia and Yangon.
Yeah, and out there in the Philippines as well. You know what I mean?
Eddie, you ever considered going to Yangon?
Yeah, it's in Myanmar. You know.
I mean, if you didn't mention it, I would have thought it was a made-up place.
No, it's a real place. But good for Demetrius Johnson, man. For so long he's been so underrated and so poorly promoted by the UFC. I mean, here's a guy that's on the Mount Rushmore, pound for pound greatest of all time.
Absolutely, you could put him with George St. Pierre's of the world, Anderson Silva's.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, Jose Aldo and them.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Matt Hughes, Randy Couture, BJ Penn.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of BJ Penn.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah.
The BJ Penn page and on Facebook. Big up to Randy Couture, man.
Yeah, thank God he survived his. He had a heart attack recently, and thank God he recovered from that.
Randy Couture?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
He recently had a heart attack.
How does he?
Yeah, he was working out he's 53.
53, I believe. 52.
He's in his mid-50s, roughly. Somewhere, He's in his mid-50s.
Ken Shamrock is 55, and my God, what a physique! A physique!
Who's bigger, Vince or him?
Yo, Shamrock is just solid, bro. Oh my gosh!
Imagine if he was next
solid
to
as a
Vince.
shamrock.
Like Vince would be like, "Oh, I gotta get bigger than that."
I can't let you beat me, damn it. No.
No.
How much do you lift? 60? I gotta go 70.
And he, exactly, yeah.
He gotta.
And that's and that's what Triple H and that's what Triple H says he does. Triple H is like, so if I lift 110, then Vince has to go 120. Yeah.
And what does Triple H do? Go 130?
Like Vince always has to one up him. So
he's ultra competitive.
If Hunter is sandbagging 150, then Vince is gonna go, I'll raise your 150 for 160.
That's not always a bad thing. It can be, but it's not always.
In the case of Vince McMahon, that's pretty bad, right? Like, dude,
The crazy thing is that he actually does it though.
And Couture, if you push it that hard, you get a heart attack, then you gotta tone it down.
Yeah.
If you can handle it like King Shamrock, then
a lot of times with heart attacks, a lot of times it's a hereditary thing. It's not even a matter of not even being in shape.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, he's in shape if he's working out.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even. It might be a hereditary. I mean, he might, heart problems might run in his family.
Well, like maybe you're pushing your heart too much, and that's where you get a heart attack. That could be.
Well, no, a lot of times it's a hereditary thing. It just happens.
Aren't there cases where, like, if you push your heart too much, it gives out?
So.
Yeah.
So ACH, Miles Jordan, boy, can't get a break from Miles.
Good God! First Miles Garrett earlier, now Miles Jordan. Here we go.
Jordan
Wait,
Miles,
is that the dude who said Ron's racist?
Yeah. So let me get into this.
What's the story?
I've had time to scoop and dig into sources and here's the deal.
What the deal is? What we're dealing with here?
So here's the deal. Apparently, back in September, him and those who take. Yes, exactly. Then those who take. I don't think this is a laughing matter, sir, but but seriously, him and those who take care of merchandise and all that, they had actually reached an agreement that set design on the set shirt was going to be what they were going to release.
Yes. Right.
So this guy had already been agreed to that design. Mind you, they released the shirt that very month of September. This guy didn't act upon that shirt till a month.
Yeah, what is racist about that shirt?
Hold on. He didn't act upon the shirt until a month later. Strike one.
Strike one. Okay.
Strike two. They changed the shirt. And what little detail they had to change, because looking at it now, there's really nothing racist about the shirt.
Yeah, like what was it? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to like whatever, but
no, I'm not either. But there's really nothing racist about this. What? So it's in a black backdrop.
I don't think that's what the racist part about it. It was the design itself.
I mean, so what?
What's the problem?
But the design is it's just a smiley face.
I think he was saying like the teeth resemble something, whatever.
Oh, get the hell out of here, please! But yeah, you're right. That's what
he was saying. That teeth resemble what?
Listen,
I don't know. It was
something about the smiley face and.
But I looked at the image and I was like, I can't tell what's racist.
I can't either. But here's the thing. Here's the thing too.
What's the deal? Yeah.
So he
but then people be like, if you can't tell, then that makes you racist.
So he didn't agree with the redesign. Strike two. Strike three. Here we go with strike three. Strike three is one of the biggest strikes of them all here. He then throws Ring of Honor under the bus, and let's not forget, ACH had a big tenure in Ring of Honor. So he throws them under the bus, and he starts throwing Jay Lethal under the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Who, by the way, Jay Lethal is a man of color.
Yeah.
strike 3. And from what I know, again, this is just according to sources, don't take my word, but from what I know, he does have some sort of stability issue in terms of mentally.
Like, so what kind of mental problems?
I'm not sure.
Is it like, can't be schizophrenia, right?
I don't.
Maybe it might be bipolar.
I'm not sure. I can't really pinpoint.
I mean,
he might be bipolar, but he certainly has the mental capacity to agree or disagree to set designs before they even were released. So I'm not even gonna excuse that.
Now, has WWE stereotyped things to hell and back? Yes.
Oh, of course.
Do they underhandedly show you that they're bullies and that they're racist? Yes, they do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If there was people who should have complained, it would have been in Crime Time.
Prime Time. Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Wait, why Jimmy Snooker? Why Jimmy Snooker?
Remember the coconut incident?
Yeah, he was racist about that. He's supposed to be Hawaiian or whatever.
It's stereotypic.
It's very stereotypical, yeah.
You just crash somebody in the head with a coconut. Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah, well, yeah,
that's painful as all heck.
Yeah,
well, it is. It is, yeah.
Well, why didn't he use a bagpipe?
A coconut hurts more.
First of all, Roddy Piper.
The coconut hurts.
First of all, Piper was Canadian, though.
Okay, but he was playing the gimmick of a Scottish.
Of a Scot, right? Yeah.
Why didn't he use a bagpipe?
It's so cute.
Why he had to use a coconut?
Well, yeah, if he really wanted to add injury to insult, then.
You think he would have cracked Hogan over the head with a coconut?
I don't think so.
No. Hey, listen. You know who else could have had that complaint too? Is Devon Dudley.
Devon. Oh, Devon.
Devon Dudley.
Okay.
You know, they could have said, "Hey, why is it that the table telling me what to do? Why is he always telling me to get the tables? Why can't he get the tables for a change?"
Exactly. So the story of the master and the slave, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, but this guy doesn't really have.
That was a whole gimmick even before then. That was ECW.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, what I'm saying, they still could have. Devon still could have complained if that was the case. I mean, but the list goes on and on and on.
But to ECW's credit, though, everybody got a chance in ECW, though.
Well, not true. That's true.
Seems like everybody gets a.
He could have complained, but he became champion, so.
Seems like everybody gets a chance. Everybody everywhere else, but yeah, is WWE racist to a degree? Yes, I definitely.
They do have a history of yeah, they do. They are.
But
there's no denying it.
But for this guy to call people out like that, and for this guy, no, I'm sorry. I do in this instant, I do have to back WWE up on here.
Because again, he agreed to the original design, and then a month later he had a problem after it was released.
So what was wrong with the original design? Not the after one.
Pretty much the same, because if you look at both designs, they're really not that different.
Again, why did it take him a month to have a problem with the design?
Well, here we go. That's major. That's a major point.
The design was simple. That's why there's not much different. It was a simple design. Yep.
Yeah.
But this guy wants to say, "Oh, they're." But then again, they were giving him opportunities in NXT and such.
That's because I can talk to him.
He won a tournament and then immediately had a match against Adam Cole for the belt. So what is he talking about? Again,
This is a guy who's gotten a push and he's crying out racism?
Yes.
Well, that isn't some petulant child mess. Sit down somewhere.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Some of the people we mentioned that should have complained didn't actually get a real push. Crime Time? I mean, come on.
Yeah, no. This guy.
Trying to get a real push.
This guy doesn't. No. I cannot side with
the thing is, there's some people who are racist by accident.
Devon Dudley is another one. He didn't really get a real push. He got a push as a tag team competitor. He wasn't a singles competitor.
Did I just hear you say there are some people who are racist by accident?
Yeah, because I've said some racial things by accident.
No. You're not racist by accident.
I'm gonna
behavior,
sit back right now.
That is a learned behavior, my friend. That's not something you just accidentally do. Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't just hear that.
We say stupid things by accident, but we don't certain things.
Yeah, but those stupid things, people could be like to mistake it as racist.
Well, it depends. That depends on how they're said. That depends on how they're said.
It depends how they're said, who you say it with, how you say it to.
Exactly. How it's said and who you say it to. That's it all depends.
You know. So again, I mean, this guy is just off. There's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with him. And listen, if he thinks that NJPW is going to hire him back again after this, no.
Way to go, buddy.
No.
Congratulations.
NJPW will not have you back again.
Congratulations.
Ring of Honor will not have you back again. Will not have you back again. AEW don't need him.
Congratulations, buddy. Way to go. Congratulations.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Then on top of that, you wanna go after Jay Lethal for what? For what purpose?
None at all.
For what purpose?
And you know, you're crying they're racist, but then you're going up against one. You're lashing against one of your brothers.
Congratulations, bro.
Way to illustrate unity within your amongst your black peers.
Jay Lethal, he's supposed to white people.
I don't recall offhand what he said about Jay Lee, but the point is he threw him under the bus.
The point is why? What was the purpose of him going after Jay Lee? For what?
He's not relevant to any of this.
Thank you.
His gripe should be with WWE merch. Which again, there is no gripe there either, because why a month later, all of a sudden...
because Jay Lethal's doing better?
Could be.
Who knows?
That's what we think. That's what we think about what you've done to yourself. Now you've become a laughing stock, Mr. Jordan.
Man, let's get out of here, man. We've been here for too long.
And all that, yeah. Classic.
And on that note,
go ahead. Somebody want to take us out?
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. For those of you tuned in live, and for those of you that will be catching us later on the VOD or AOD.
Audio on demand, yes.
Audio on demand. Enjoy your weekend, folks. And remember, God bless.
Yeah, and remember, Chick-fil-A sauce tastes the best.
Well, we'll know. I don't know about all that.
Oh, yeah, the sauce I'm eating right now? Delicious.
Oh, nice. What are you having it with?
Chicken nuggets.
Ooh, nice.
The Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
Oh, yeah, those are bomb.
Is it Chick-fil-A? Yeah, it's Chick-fil-A.
And remember, folks, to have a beautiful and safe, productive weekend. We'll be back next week.
Right.
And everything you do, man, keep God number one in your life. Always, always, always. Without him, we're nothing.
Amen.
And
Amen
positive vibes to you guys who are, you know, if that's not your thing, still positive vibes your way. We don't discriminate.
That's right.
But we sure appreciate all of you, man. Thank you so much for everything. Till next time, folks. I'm Baby Boy. He's Eddie. He's Ness.
Real quick, a salute to all our veterans out there. Thank you to you and your families for the sacrifices you've made.
Every single one of y'all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
God bless you all.
That's right. With that note, I'm out of here, folks. We're out of here. See ya. See ya. Let's roll out of here. Let's roll out of here. Let's do this.
Where you go?
Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home. Whoa! My father said,
Oh.
Change